Dereck! Dereck! I'm coming for you, Dereck! Hi there guys, and welcome to another episode of A Dash of Sports, episode 28. I'll be your host and presenter, Dashiki Dash, and on this show is where I talk about all things sports related, hot topics, and trending stories. And if you like the previous episodes, then hey, give us a like, comment, subscribe. Also remember to press the notification bell so that you don't miss out on any future episodes, including this week's A Dash of Sports Premier League review, and I'll put the link in the description area so you'll be able to check that out. And one more thing, don't forget to share this. And on today's show, I'm going to be jumping straight into the world of combat sports, starting with some boxing, as we count down to this weekend's much anticipated upcoming fight between Alexander Usyk and Dereck Chisora. Saturday the 31st of October, Fright night. And listen, this fight in itself is definitely going to be a scary fight between the two. Who do you reckon's going to win, Usyk or Chisora? And then moving on to the UFC, as Khabib announces his retirement after his final fight and victory in the octagon, which now leaves the lightweight division wide open. Who's going to be the next king? And also I'm going to be looking into what Khabib is going to be up to after hanging up his gloves. And now moving on to the world of Formula 1 racing, and listen, I couldn't let this show pass without mentioning Lewis Hamilton, record breaker, as he finally broke Michael Schumacher's first place winner's record by winning his 92nd Grand Prix race in Portugal. Now, he stands out alone with this record now. 92 races done and dusted. Now he has to move on to the championship record that he can definitely equal this season with 7 championships. Can he get it? I have no doubt about it. Anyway, more to be discussed here on A Dash of Sports. Just a few more days until fight night. Oh, can't wait. Saturday the 31st of October, Halloween, Fright night. Hey man, it's gonna be scary stuff. Oh, I died. Both fighters actually don't hate each other. There's no animosity like that. They're actually looking forward to fighting each other. In a recent interview actually with Dereck Chisora, he was mentioning the fact that he's a massive and a big fan of Usyk, and both of them, yeah, there's no problem. They're also from the same camp as well, which I just recently found out, and it made me think a little bit more to, I don't know, to change my stance on Chisora winning, only for the fact that because I know they're trying to push Usyk into that world elite stage, especially in the heavyweight division. And the fact that Chisora is usually the gatekeeper, as much as they don't like to admit it, I don't want to change my mind. I'm going to stick with the fact that Chisora is going to win, but it's going to come at no surprise if Usyk wins. And the fact that he's the favorite as well, is probably the case, but I still want to see Chisora win. As I've mentioned before, Usyk is a funny guy, a real lovable character. Like, you can't hate on him, and he's always busting jokes. And if you've seen him in his training montages or his videos, either he's rowing in the river or he's just sparring and training in the gym, he's always screaming at Dereck Chisora's name. Dereck! Dereck! I'm coming for you, Dereck! But besides the jokey, lovable character, Alexander Usyk has a mindset of a hitman with speed and accuracy to seriously trouble a heavyweight opponent. The former undisputed cruiserweight king is targeting more titles in the top division, but must first overcome Dereck Chisora on Saturday night. I'm still doubting it a little bit, only because from the fights that I've seen him in the heavyweight division, he hasn't been truly tested. I don't doubt the fact that he has the speed, he has the accuracy, he has that hitman mentality. The way he destroyed heavy hitting Tony Bellew, who's not in the heavyweight division, but just in terms of the technical aspect, he destroyed him. So moving up into the heavyweight division, I doubt he will lose that skill and ability, but it's just the power. Can he bring that power to the heavyweight division? And that's what I just feel like he will lack. But at the same time, if Dereck Chisora gets into a boxing match with him and fights for the whole of the 12 rounds, then yeah, I could probably see Chisora losing. Now, if anybody could pull this off, it's Dereck Chisora. This would be a massive win for the British fighter if he's able to beat Alexander Usyk. Listen, his name will definitely need to be in that conversation, right? Definitely. Maybe even the opportunity to go and fight for an eliminator in regards to a #1 contendership, something like that, but he would definitely be in that conversation for world titles. And you've all seen it. Look at the way he's changed things up. Even joining up with his frenemy, former enemy, David Haye. Now friend, now coach, promoter, whatever he's doing in behind the scenes. He's definitely getting him into shape. He's definitely changed his regime. He's looking fitter, he's looking stronger. He's a natural heavyweight, and he can also draw on his experience in regards to being in the heavyweight division. So, I don't know, like, realistically, this is how I see the fight. If it goes the distance, then it's Usyk's fight, because I feel like he'll be able to outbox him, get the points that he needs, and then win the fight. But in order for Chisora to win, it's either a stoppage or he knocks him out. And I believe he's got the power to do so. In fact, I know he's got the power to do so. Whether or not he's going to be able to catch Usyk, he's very light on his feet. You know he can move, you know he can dance, especially when he's training with the likes of Lomachenko, who, you know, recently lost. But you're training with people like that, it's going to rub off on you in terms of certain aspects of being evasive and being able to move around. But let me know who's going to win the fight. Put your comments down below. Is it going to be Alexander Usyk or is it going to be Dereck Chisora? If you're a betting person, who's your money on? I've learned a long time ago when it comes to boxing, or most like combat sports, don't just count on the main event, because sometimes you wait for the main event and then it's quite disappointing or it's not what you thought it would be. So check out the prelims as well. And there's going to be some real tasty fights on the fight card. Starting with Kash Farouk versus Martin Tekopetla, followed by the first women's fight of the evening for the vacant Commonwealth Super Bantamweight title, Amy Timlin versus Carly Skelly, followed by Tommy McCarthy versus Bilal Le Guin for the vacant European Cruiserweight title. And the next fight after that is another all-women's affair for the vacant WBO World Middleweight title between Savannah Marshall versus Hannah Rankin. And the next fight is a 10-rounder between David Allen and Christopher Lovejoy, followed by the pre-fight main event, the final eliminator for the IBF lightweight title between the Welsh Mayweather Lee Selby versus George Kambosos Jr. Like I said, it's going to be some exciting fights on the fight card. Maybe there's some names there that you don't know of. It's going to give you the perfect opportunity to familiarize yourself with these fighters, get to watch them, see what they're all about. I know that's what I'm definitely going to do. But let me know, once again, is there any fights from that fight card that you're going to be enjoying or you're looking forward to? And also, once again, who is going to win that main event? Alexander Usyk or Dereck Chisora? Put your comments down below and let me know. And now moving on to some mixed martial arts, UFC to be exact, and the news of Khabib retiring still echoing across the world as the undefeated lightweight champion and legend left the UFC the way he promised his father he would, with a perfect record. Khabib was dominant once again at UFC 254 and fulfilled his promise that he made to his dad. Now, if you've been hiding under a rock and you don't know what's going on, obviously during this COVID period of time, as we've all been dealing with this issue, around July times, unfortunately, Khabib's dad passed away due to COVID complications. And since then, it's been a real struggle for him because he's literally had his dad in his corner, training him as his trainer. Everything involving his UFC, MMA career has been with his dad. And he made a promise to his mum. He made a promise to his mum after his dad passed that he will not be fighting without his dad in his corner. So literally for the last couple of months or so, it's been who's going to be Khabib's final opponent. although it was loosely mentioned that he would retire, I'm sure that he was keeping it close in-house. But there was rumblings that he was looking to retire, and it was either fighting Conor McGregor again or fighting GSP. But he ended up fighting Justin Gaethje, who's a longtime friend and sparring partner. So it wasn't anything in terms of like animosity or a grudge match, anything like that. I think it was, maybe it was a case that Khabib thought, you know what, if I'm gonna fight anybody and it being my last fight, it being a fight where you're not really, you know what I mean? You're not really going into the fight thinking to yourself, oh, I want to destroy this guy. Probably just more out of respect than anything. Like, listen, I want you to have my last fight in the octagon. And he ended up fighting Justin Gaethje. But by no means was it like you know, an exhibition, anything like that. You know, Justin Gaethje was going in there to cause damage. And many people thought that he would actually give Khabib a really good fight. Was targeting the legs. Leg kicks was on deck. You can see Khabib, you know, slightly limping, so it was definitely affecting him. But man, the way Khabib was fighting was like a man possessed. He was literally just shooting for that takedown, eventually got it. And then, I don't even know how he pulled out this triangle hold. Literally snaps on the triangle hold. And there was a few times where I was thinking to myself, hey, Justin, he's tapping, man. He's tapping, let go of the hold. But it might have been emotions, or just thinking to yourself, man, it's probably emotions, man. Probably definitely emotional during that fight. He finally let go of the hold. The fight was done, and then he literally just broke down on the floor, thinking about his dad, and literally that was it. Justin Gaethje, credit to the man, even though he lost, respectfully went over, whispered in his ear. I believe it was along the lines that, you know, your dad will be proud. You've done him proud. You've made him proud. Best of luck, you know, for the future, all of those kind of things, condolences. And that was it. He put his gloves on the floor, then announced officially that that was his last fight. And then he mentioned the reason being the fact that he promised his mum that he would not fight another fight without his dad. And that was it for him. But what's your thoughts on Khabib? Where would you rank him in terms of legendary status? You know, where would you rank him? Now, for me, it's not purely based on the fact that he's like, you know, 29 fights, undefeated. What else is it? 13 fights in the UFC without a loss. That is a very, very good record, and he's dominated. So it's not just about the wins and losses. For me personally, it's just the pure and utter dominance. Like, let's just take the Conor McGregor fight, for example. Like, that in itself, that kind of fight, and the, you know, the euphoria that was with it, you know, larger than life Conor McGregor is. So any fight that he's involved in is worldwide status. But the way Khabib dominated and battered Conor McGregor, it was unbelievable. But yeah, man, he's going to be missed, man. He's going to be missed. Is he going to be back, though? There's rumors that, you know, he might look for that 30-0. I doubt it, because if the reasons are based on, you know, his father and the fact that he doesn't want to fight on without his father, then I can't see him really going back on his word, especially if he's promised his mum. Yeah, I can't really see that happening. He doesn't need that. It's not like a Mayweather situation, or if it's like boxing where most people really care about their O's and all of that kind of stuff. Mayweather's made that famous. He's brought that back to light. But I can't see Khabib chasing that. So we just got to say so long, man. Farewell. And we just hope in his future endeavors that he's going to be able to make a success of what he does next. I'm not even sure what he's going to be able to do. I just saw him recently at a game, I think out in Russia or so, that he was kicking off, or he was like presenting the ball to the teams, doing a few kick-ups. So there's talks that maybe he might try to take up some football. Who knows, man? Nobody knows. You know, the sky's the limit when it comes to talent and what you want to do. We saw Usain Bolt from the tracks to the football pitch. So you never know. Maybe Khabib might be the next Messi. Who knows? Nobody knows. But all we could just say, man, wish him all the best. Condolences once again on the loss of his father. Hopefully he'll be able to maintain and stay strong for himself and his family. So now, who's going to be in line to take over that mantle? Well, recently it's been, I think, somewhat confirmed that the next fight will be between Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier, which is going to be January the 23rd, 2021. Now, I think Conor McGregor wanted it this year, at the back end of this year, but Dana White was saying that they were not budging on the offer. They've already got fights in place. They're not going to be moving fights around for the sake of Conor McGregor. So the fight is booked for January the 23rd, 2021. I believe last week, Conor McGregor did actually tweet to say that he accepts the fight. But he did mention the fact that he only wanted to fight in Texas at the Arlington Stadium, the AT&T Stadium, which they're allowing, I believe they're allowing about 50% of their capacity in the arenas. So they're going to be able to allow fans. That's what Conor McGregor wants. He wants to fight in front of fans. So wherever they're allowing fans to be able to enter the arenas, that's where he wants to, and he wants to fight in Texas. Now at the moment, it is just word of mouth. I just got to stress that, like, Conor McGregor hasn't signed anything, and also Dustin Poirier has not even been contacted, but he's just been hearing that this Conor McGregor fight is available January the 23rd. There's a date available. They can go for it. So both are literally just agreeing, but all they just need to do now is just put pen to paper to seal the deal, and the fight is there according to Dana White. To say that these are the new kings of the lightweight division, you know, when Khabib was there and he battered you, why did you go for him again? You should have went for him, man. You should have went for that fight. Now for me, it's just like, after the Khabib beating, Conor McGregor should have went and got that rematch straight away. Like, it probably would have been the wisest thing to do, but the fact that there was no rematch, kind of just leaves a grey cloud over Conor McGregor. But hey, what can you do now? Khabib is retired, the title is vacant, two fighters are on the verge of making it happen, and the winner out of that will surely be crowned the new lightweight champion. But let me know what you think about the whole situation. Let me know how you feel about Khabib retiring. Let me know about, you know, a potential comeback once again for Conor McGregor, and who would win that fight out of Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier. Let me know. Put your comments down below and let me know. And now finally moving on to Formula 1 racing, and a big shout out to Lewis Hamilton, who won the Portuguese Grand Prix, and in doing so also broke Michael Schumacher's record of 91 races to finally win his 92nd Grand Prix. And if you ever wanted to watch all of these wins, there's like a 17 minutes compilation video with each win, like each time he's crossed the line, each time he's won the race. There's a compilation. Go and check it out. It's really good. There's other few videos out there as well with really good montages of just like his career and everything like that. And listen, that record in itself stood for a very long time, and who would have thought that Lewis Hamilton would have been able to beat it, or any other person, because Michael Schumacher, he's revered up there in terms of Formula 1 racing with the likes of Senna and you know, really top Formula 1 racers out there. And Lewis Hamilton is amongst those names now. He's amongst those names. Stand out alone with that record now. Nobody can chat to him. And we say 92, there's still a season going ahead. There's still more races to be had. So how many up? Like, I could see him reaching 100 easily. Like, you know, it's not going to stop anytime soon. And yeah, now all he needs to do is take that championship record, and he stands above the rest. Nobody will be able to talk to him then. He will be GOAT status. Because you know what, you know my feeling about Lewis Hamilton, and like how people talk about him, and they don't really give him the credit that he deserves. Yeah, they mention, but they don't really. If that was like Damon Hill, Jensen Button, man, it would have been knighted by now. But it is what it is. It's a bit like Marmite. People either like him or you don't. I never understand why people don't like Lewis Hamilton, a champion, a true champion. I don't get it. But like I said, it is what it is. But let me know your thoughts on the 92 races. Are you a Lewis Hamilton fan or you're not? Put your comments down below. And do you think he's going to be able to equal Michael Schumacher's record of 7 championship wins this season and then go on to finally take the 8th? Let me know, man. Put your comments down below and let me know. And with that being said, I'm going to leave it there for today. And if you've made it this far into the show, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate your love and support. And if you need further information about future episodes or just your day-to-day sporting updates, go and check me out on Instagram, and I'm also on Twitter, which is @sports. I'll put it down below here, @sports, and I'll also leave the link in the description. And please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Smash that like button, comment, and help me get these subs up. I truly appreciate it. And one more thing, go and check out my Premier League review, which is a Dash of Sports Premier League review. And that's where you'll be able to get all your roundups, results, and the reviews from all the matches from last week. I'll leave the link in the description area as well. And until the next time here on the Dash of Sports, peace.